Those who sacrifice their liberty for freedom shall nor deserve neither. This was quoted by none other than Benjamin Franklin himself. Now, the forefathers had issued many warnings for the public, and unfortunately, most Americans have actually taken those warnings for granted, especially when it comes to Benjamin Franklin and sacrificing liberties for freedom. And unfortunately, this is what we see now. People every day sacrifice their freedom for security. And and I say this because of the TSA airports, of the airports. And what the TSA is doing is clearly a violation of our Fourth Amendment. And there's something called, protection of our privacy as well as reasonable search and seizure. And it has to be under probable cause. Now, what my issue with the whole thing is that, I mean, none of this actually exists anymore. I mean, the whole thing with privacy and what have you. I mean, we have to either succumb to being patted down by these TSA agents, or we have to succumb to putting our hands up like this so that we can be searched by TSA scanners. So I don't know about you, but last I checked, whenever you go through a procedure like that, that's when you're under suspicion as a potential suspect by a police officer. I'm talking about the pat down procedure and being told that you have to put your hands up. It's very incriminating. And the fact that so many people are still willing to believe that uh, being patted down or doing all this stuff is meant to keep you safe, this is a very naive approach. This is a naive way of thinking and seeing things like that. I mean, and I can tell you many examples of certain things. Now, I read this a long time ago, and this still reigns true to this day. The chances of getting cancer are you're 9,800 times more likely to get cancer than be killed in a terrorist attack. You are 18,000 times more likely to end up dying of heart disease than end up getting killed in a terrorist attack. And and even in the field of battle, I actually heard this one time and it sounded very interesting, very profound. You are more likely to be shot in the head by your comrade than get killed in a terrorist attack. So, how high are the chances of a terrorist attack? They're really, really not that high. But this is meant to keep us in fear. So, my point is, if you have to take off your shoes to get past the security checkpoint, and you can't even carry a bottle of water or a bottle of juice past the security checkpoint because the TSA won't even let you do that anymore since 2007. What makes you think that, there's something called freedom over security? I mean, most of us nowadays are sacrificing our freedom for security. This is why when I've been traveling the last few years, I've been driving. I have not been taking a plane because I actually don't like flying because of the fact that airports don't make me feel safe. I feel like I've been incriminated for no apparent reason. This is why I don't trust the airport. This is why I don't like going to airports because the TSA I don't trust. But yet again, when you're in the airport, your constitutional rights are not under any protection whatsoever. I do recall in 2007 there was an incident where supposedly a hijacker was there was going to be another rebirth of a 9/11 attack where there was going to be a hijacker who was going to use explosives apparently made out of batteries, water, and other liquids and soft creams like lotion. So this is why you can't carry lotion or a bottle of water in your hand past the security checkpoint because they are worried apparently that you can make bombs out of these things now, which is clearly a lie because just nothing more than paranoia to keep us in fear so that they can continue with their security procedures, which is once again another more which is of course a violation of our Fourth Amendment rights as American citizens. This is why I do not trust the airports. This is why I know for a fact that they do not have our best interest at heart. And like I said, It's like what Benjamin Franklin said: "He who sacrifices liberty for security shall nor deserve neither." And apparently, nobody deserves freedom anymore because they are sacrificing and throwing away their liberties just like that. Because, and this is another reason why I tell people that America is not about freedom anymore. It's about security. It's security over freedom. Freedom is a valued privilege that we have, not only as Americans, but also as human beings first. So the fact that America is about security over freedom, despite, which is quite paradoxical considering the fact that this country was built on the foundation and the principles of freedom and the bedrock of democracy. Do you see how this is hypocritical? Do you see how much of a double standard this is? What do you guys think? Please let me know down below. This is my intake, and I don't know if I said this clearly enough, but maybe you guys could interpret this a little better than I could, or put it better. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.